Yep, it's recording.
Ready? Yep.
Yep.
Hi guys, welcome to Trip Around the Multiverse with the epic of epicness, CY Chung.
Okay. And the guy who lurks in the shadows, Kyle Charles. That sounded
All
really
right.
weird.
So we're on to part two of us having a chat about films that were neither done superhero films, comic book films even
Yeah.
that weren't done by Marvel or DC. So Scott Pilgrim, have you seen it? Which is what I was referring to at the very beginning.
Oh, that's what you're referring to.
It's the best video game movie that's not based on a video game.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, I have seen the one and only Scott Pilgrim. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I thought it was very funny. Had good fights, good
Yeah.
CGI effects and stuff like that. What's kind of funny was, when you're watching it and he's having that sword fight at the end with his flaming katana,
Yeah.
and he's cutting the people and they turn into sparkles and sprinkles and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Which fall everywhere.
Yeah.
And then when the camera zooms back, all of a sudden then the sparkles are in the shape of human people, like the people, the chalk outlines. It's like,
Oh,
wait
is
a
it?
minute. Sparkles fell everywhere there. How can it be perfectly like in the shape of a human? Whatever.
Makes no sense.
But it doesn't need to because it's a crazy video game movie anyway.
Yeah, you kind of throw logic away as soon as the film starts. So
Yeah.
it makes
Because
sense.
how can you survive getting punched into space, into the moon, and then come back and fall into the ground?
Yeah.
It was over the top in a great way.
Yeah,
And
man.
I think it had a great story linking it all across because it wasn't just a bunch of fights, but a joke of just having over the topness.
Yeah. And I like that Scott is not really a good guy. They emphasize on him that he's a bit of a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for some reason, he's hyper competent in fighting, but there's other people that are better than him
Yeah.
as well because that's the world they are in.
Yeah.
Chris Evans, hilarious though.
Yeah, Chris Evans is the best.
With and
Lucas
it's not
Black.
it wasn't part of the comic, but the Lucas Lee's stuntmen
Yeah.
that didn't happen in the comics.
Oh, didn't it?
No. I was like, oh, that's a great thing they thought of by themselves, like just as they were doing it. Yeah, he's gonna fight all Lucas Lee's movie stuntmen. Great stuff.
That's gangster. I like that.
Yeah.
I did like Brandon Routh's part in it as well.
Yeah.
Vegan. No, yeah, when he's the super vegan guy, and then
Yeah.
Scott says to him, "Vegan, you will be gone." And you're like, "Wait, what?"
Yeah.
That was a terrible line.
And what it was actually kind of funny is when you look at Michael Cera and you look at Brandon Routh, you're like, this guy's a giant.
Yeah,
Brandon Routh's
literally.
massive. How's he gonna? And he's buff and built. How's
Yeah,
teenage-looking Scott Pilgrim gonna handle this guy?
exactly, with his weird man-child body. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not too serious, and it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, man. It was kind of sad that it didn't get the praise it did at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently, if I remember correctly, the reason there wasn't a sequel or anything because that film was highly pirated, and no one went to the cinema to see it really, so it didn't make its money back. Hence, no sequel. So
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? Sometimes I don't want to say that. Okay, it's kind of a cold movie, but it isn't. 'Cause
yeah,
I don't think it should fall in that category. It was kind of. I think it got more famous on home video, like DVD,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
it's like not a bad movie.
No.
Why didn't people go and see it? It's just strange. I don't know. And the marketing was on point as well.
yeah. It's just weird that no one went.
Yeah, it's probably just too crazy for some people.
Yeah, I think people at that
It's
time.
outlandish. It's definitely outlandish. That's what it maybe was.
Yeah, and I think people were more looking for like a proper comic book movie like Iron Man and all that stuff that was coming out around the time. So
Yeah.
they saw
Well,
that.
even if it was a proper romantic comedy, but it's like a mix of genres.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. People be weird. But if you haven't seen it, see it. And I don't know why you haven't seen it at this point.
Like many of the people that didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, let's speak about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Funny enough, I was gonna bring that up
Yeah.
earlier, but yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Where do I start? Where do I begin?
All right, let's start with the original trilogy. Then you got to go to the animated cartoon, our cartoon movies, and then
Yeah.
we'll go to the CGI animated
Okay,
cartoon
okay.
movies.
All right, I remember Turtles. Turtles 1 is amazing. It's probably one of the best comic book films ever, in my personal opinion. That's not like superhero related, if you know what I mean.
It is very fun. It is
Yeah.
very fun. I'll tell you that. It looks kind of dark, but it's actually not that kind of. It's weird because it's like, okay, I think it's filmed in later in the day, like during the
Yeah.
nighttime and stuff, only because to hide the
The
suits
puppetry
and
and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
because they look good
Yeah.
when they're walking out in the daytime, because then it look even worse to a degree, or maybe you can pick out the imperfections.
Yeah.
But it's actually very light-hearted.
Yeah, to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some grim stuff where Shredder gets knocked into the garbage disposal and then
Oh, not even that.
What?
There's
Right.
like child abuse by Master Tatsu, who's just like beating up all the kids in the little warehouse, and then that's
yeah,
it.
okay, yeah, you're talking about physical abuse.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, wait a minute, it's a PG film. You can't get to the other child abuse. That'd be really, really awkward. But yeah, look, let's just say he's a stern teacher, okay?
Yeah, he just doesn't know
No, actually, it's because
lines.
he's evil. That's why.
Yeah.
That's eating up kids.
Master Tatsu.
Because like you say, you're a stern teacher, you can still be on the good side, but they just need to tip you over that level.
Yeah, but he was doing it just out of spite. So
Yeah.
like, there's one bit where he helps the kid get up, and then he knocks the kid back down. You're like, that's very uncalled for, but okay.
I have to say as well, Shredder's costume looked a bit loose on him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the size of the guy who was playing Shredder was, but when you have a loose, I don't even know if it was chainmail, but when it's like sagging around, you'd be like, yeah, Shredder, you don't look intimidating. You're looking like size clothes that are 2 sizes too big for you. Are you a skinny man underneath all them baggy clothes?
Yeah, it kind of feels like cheap cosplay.
Except when Kevin Nash was in it.
Yeah, of course, even though he had a muscle suit, but yeah. I agree.
All right, so were you saying the first one is good?
First one's good.
One,
The second one will always have a place in my heart, because I remember it's like one of the earliest films I saw in cinema, so it always have that great place in my heart. And the story's good, a bit weird in parts, but it's still a good film.
the most memorable thing about number 2 is the ninja rap. Go ninja, go.
No, and their pizza delivery friend. I forgot his
Oh
name.
yeah, okay. That's true. It's true.
He's quite memorable.
Okay, there's elements of number 2 which are more memorable than most of number 2. Let's put it that way, yeah. Because there's some silliness where they playing catch the mutagen container.
Yeah.
Like, wait, mutagen is serious stuff, and
You're just
play
throwing it
with a bunch of
around
ninjas. Yeah, exactly.
willy-nilly in a public place. Yeah, that makes sense.
But it's still got entertainment. They go down in quality,
Yeah.
but number 2 is still watchable.
Yes, 1 and 2 are both watchable. 3, on the other hand,
Yeah.
terrible.
Didn't know what the hell was going on with number 3.
No, it didn't. And
It's craziness.
I remember the kid though watching it and thinking, this is okay, but something's missing. And obviously, as a kid, you don't really think anything about it. And then when you get older, slightly older, and watch again, like, wow, this film is terrible.
Well, okay. The thing with number 3 is it felt like a TV movie.
Yeah.
Like the 1 and 2, I wouldn't say were big budget movies, right?
No.
But they were the budget of an independent movie, which is something.
Yeah.
Number 3 looked like, you just give some money to a backlog studio and they're like, okay, we'll do this.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we still have the right to this. Can you please make this for us? Yeah, I
Yeah,
suppose.
quickly and cheaply.
Yeah. And it shows.
Yeah, it does indeed.
Yeah.
What about Which of the animated movies do you want to speak about first?
Um, wouldn't it be Turtles Forever? Did you ever watch that?
Tales Forever?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, basically, Turtles Forever is amazing. It's the it came out. I think it's like 2007. I could be wrong,
Yeah.
but it has when the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the old cartoon meet the Ninja Turtles from the 2003 cartoon.
Okay.
It's very good, unless
Is this animated video? Straight to video, or it came out in cinema?
straight to video.
All right, right. Because oh, okay. Right, we'll accept that because we started speaking about it. Because I say straight to we should maybe just do straight to cinema style stuff because otherwise there's a lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff to go through.
2009.
But as you mentioned, Turtles Forever, interesting. All right, hit me with the concept.
So basically, some weird time shenanigans happen. Oh no, sorry, not time shenanigans. Dimension shenanigans happen. So the original Turtles get thrown into the modern day Turtles, and they're like, "Wow, you guys are stupid. We don't know how you guys survived." Because in this, for some reason, they're playing them as really stupid.
Which set? The
original set.
Okay.
So like, okay, then their Shredders meet, and again they play the old Shredder as like an idiot,
Right.
but modern Shredder is like a psychopath.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So all these weird timey shenanigans stuff, and then
Can you explain to me how the animation? So are we saying the original Turtles are the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles?
yeah,
Okay.
and it was drawn just like they were back then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, interesting.
It's
You
really
know,
good.
I'll have a look for this. See if we can find.
It's pretty good.
I wonder how the animations match up because I know how the 2003 Turtles were drawn. So it's how do the styles match together?
It works how to do it, and because they even even the 2003 Turtles go back to the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles dimension, and
It's essentially into the Turtleverse.
yeah, basically.
Okay.
And then at the end, which is pretty cool, basically 2003 Shredder basically wants to destroy all the universes. So he does something to the Terrordrome where it has a gun where it can just wipe out universes. So they end up going back to the original Turtles, the original comic book Turtles universe.
Yeah.
And they're completely different. They're psychopaths as well. They're like,
Jeez. All right. You know what? You sold me on it. I want to see how this is done. Is Krang in it?
yeah, Krang's in it.
Which version? Both of them.
Oh, one version, because the 2003 version of Krang doesn't exist, but
Okay.
Shredder is one of Krang's people, the Utrons. It's weird.
All right. All right.
But it's awesome. It works when you watch it. So, yeah.
All right. I'll have to. Maybe I can check it out somewhere.
Yeah.
What did you think of TMNT 2007? Because wait, this was TMNT, the animated movie, the CG one.
Yeah.
But that's what actually was called as well. So it's kind of confusing when we go to the next TMNT, which is also called that.
Literally, I got confused just then. I was like, wait, what? But yeah, the 2007 version, I loved it. I saw it like 5 times in cinema.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was, I enjoyed it as well. I thought the voice cast was really good.
Yeah.
Chris Evans as Casey Jones.
Yeah. And it's technically Turtles 4.
Yeah. I did like Zhang Ziyi as Kurai, or they got an Asian person to play an Asian, which is good, right? But she sounds Asian as well. She's not like say Kelly Hu sounds like American Asian.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, Zhang Ziyi still has the accent, which is like, yep, this is an authentic Asian from wherever she was in Japan that came over to fight the Turtles. Even though she's not Japanese, but whatever, right?
Yeah, I know. It's like, we'll take it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
This is 2007. We'll take what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Progression, eh?
Yep. But yeah, it's a really good film. I like that it borrowed from the old stuff, then it tried to build like new dimensions of the turtles, like Leonardo disappearing, and then because he's not there, they all fell out and doing their own sort of thing. So I like that about the story as well.
So you said technically speaking, in your own mind, your own headcanon, this is Turtles 4.
Yeah.
All right, I have to. When I watch this again at some
Yeah.
point, I have to think of it in that point of view because I thought it was a solo story by itself,
Yeah, no.
but it probably can be attached to it
Yeah,
without
because if
any.
you see at the end, when they take the main bad guy's helmet back to the turtle layer,
Yeah,
when Michelangelo's pulling the stuff on a shelf, no, sorry, Leonardo's putting the stuff on a shelf, you see the mutagen from Turtles 2 case
okay.
and
Okay.
the time lamp from Turtles 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
They've always been in this particular movie.
Yeah.
They've been. Raphael's always been kind of like he's wearing red, so he's angry, right?
Yeah.
But he's always been the more aggressive one,
Yeah.
the Red Hood of this group.
Yeah.
But I think this one is also their personalities are heightened more
Yeah.
to distinguish them.
Yeah. They have, like you said, more personality.
Yeah.
They're not just like, hey, he's the funny one. But
Yeah.
like reason in this, they give them like reasons why they're the way they are. You're like, oh yeah, I like that. They all bring something to the team, personality wise. Yeah, so good. But like I said, if you watch it again, see it as like Turtles 4, and you'll be like, oh,
Yeah, I'll have to do that. What do you think of what do they call this one? Ninja Turtles or TMNT? How did they,
I think it's just Teenage
2014
Mutant
one.
Ninja- I think this one was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Then number 2 was TMNT.
Out of the Shadows. Gotcha. Okay. What did you think of this?
It had potential. I didn't hate it and I didn't love it. It was in the middle of it.
Yeah, it just seemed like, oh, we've got the CG.
Yeah.
Let's go for it. Let's do CG Turtles, and they just didn't look the same as.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the actual suits because the suits didn't look the greatest either, right?
No.
But they looked physically there, whereas the CG ones kind of didn't interact with the environment the same way.
Yeah, it was.
They look too. I don't want to say too clean compared to the background, but it just didn't look like they matched it.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. I got this. I like the story,
Yeah,
but like you said, sometimes the CG kind of took away, and it just seemed. I don't know. It just didn't feel right to me.
is that speaking for both films?
No, the second one. I love the second one. I think the second one's amazing.
Is it because of Stephen Amell as Casey Jones in it? Or...
No, not even that. The story was like so much better,
Well,
and he was like
yeah.
role building and stuff.
Well, that's the thing. The second one was crazy,
Yeah,
like insane.
Yeah.
Because all you got Krang and the Shredder and all them nuttiness.
yeah. That.
Well, okay,
Son?
I have to say, as we were mentioning Shredder, right?
Yeah. I was gonna bring this up as well. Yeah.
Oh no, you go, and then maybe we'll be guys saying the same thing, but go on.
I love. Do you know the original idea for Shredder, right?
Yeah,
How it was meant to be that dude. Forgot his actual character name.
but the white guy, right?
Yeah, it's meant to be him.
Yeah,
Which I had no problem with because how they were set up the story is like, oh, okay, it made sense.
yeah,
But then when they redid it to make Shredder into Orokusaki, it
Yeah.
just felt weird.
yeah. So I was expecting, right? The way, like you're saying, I was expecting William Fincher to
Fincher,
become
yeah.
Shredder, right?
Yeah,
And then after he gets dealt with,
yeah,
the actual Shredder comes along, like sequel ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's say William Fincher gets beat up and his Shredder mask falls off a building, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Just say it's left somewhere, because then at the tail of the end of the credits, actual Shredder picks up the mask,
yeah. It could
or
be
something like
like,
that, and just signals it's this is the fake and I'm the real deal.
yeah. But it just because you could tell where the scenes they re-filmed it.
Yeah. Something was off. It was like, okay, so you built up to this guy,
Yeah,
only to get rid of him because you're like, well, Shredder can't be a white man, right?
Yeah, but
But it's like, well, no, but if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to rework your whole story.
yeah, just stick with him being a white dude. No one's.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It
look,
fit
as
for the
long as you
story.
say, as long as it's like, okay, this is not the genuine Shredder.
Yeah.
If that's the way you want to, if you're afraid of people being in uproar because there's a white person, just do something to fix it in the sequel or something like that. You know?
Yeah,
Re-editing your whole movie just causes loads of problems.
yeah. And then you downplayed him to be like a not Shredder, sorry.
Yeah.
William Fincher to just be a nobody in the end. You're like, what was the whole?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He should have just been got rid of. Like, there's no role for him in the movie. Then it was pointless.
It was dumb. It's like,
Yeah.
and I like William Fincher. I think he's an awesome actor. So I was like,
Yeah.
I felt like I could have bought him as Shredder. I was like, yeah, I could buy him as a Shredder or, like you said, a fake out Shredder. But,
Yeah, and
no,
it would have probably made more sense because he's not. They don't make him look like a fighter or anything like that. So, if whatever he has as his backup, and then he's not able to fight the Tails, and yeah, you've just saved a martial arts fight with the real Shredder for the next movie.
But I think, again, with the rewrite, like the original version, he probably was like some martial artist, something like that. But then, because of the rewrites, he sort of just scrapped that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, what was? Because I could have bought that, because they tried to do that. He was in the Black Ops, and then
Yeah.
he disappeared. Blah blah. I could have bought that he went to like Japan or whatever and learned martial arts and became what it was.
Yeah.
It's viable, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's too many.
Yeah.
Too many. They just started poking it and then trying to fix it, and
Yeah. It's
yeah, it's an issue. It's a notable thing in the film. It's not even like, oh, if you don't know
Yeah.
the background, you watch it and you're like, okay, this is fine. It's just no. Even if you don't know, you're thinking something's off key here.
Yeah, because when you see him and Shredder talk, I swear they're never at the same place. It's weird, as I'm saying. It's yeah, it's janky. Yeah.
Well, like you're saying, for all we know, because like I say, they're never in the same place at the same time. We could have just been talking to his alternate personality.
Yeah, which would have been
Until they got
awesome.
to the point where, yeah, that's why it's so weird.
You know what I mean? That would have been cool. Like, because he murdered so many people, he ended up making Shredder a separate personality. But I guess that's too complex for a kids' film. I don't know.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's just craziness for the sake of it being crazy. And it's like, well, yeah, but you people making the movie, you didn't help yourself at the very beginning.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it was.
But like we're saying, we enjoyed number 2 better than number 1, right?
Yeah.
Because at least
number
it makes
one.
sense.
Yeah. Like, number 2, it had the craziness that everyone wanted in number 1.
Yeah.
And then it world builded and stuff as well, what people wanted in number 1. But yet, no one went to see number 2, hence there wasn't a third one.
Yeah. All right. Have you seen Dick Tracy?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What did you think of this?
I associate Dick Tracy with a fever dream. I have no idea what actually was happening in that film.
Yeah. I also do not know what's going on. All I do know is Madonna
Yeah, that's all I remember.
looks like the Question.
Yeah.
So there's a character there that has no face or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that was freaky when I was a kid and watching it, going, what? No face? How are they talking as well? But it's just, it's like no eyes, no nothing, just completely face covering.
Yeah.
It didn't look right. It did not look right at all.
No.
Because a skin-colored mask, essentially, that had pores and started moving when they're talking as well. It's like, wow, that is just so off-key.
Yeah,
But that's what I
it
remember
was-
from it. That's it. I don't remember anything else. I remember why it scared me as a child.
It's same here. It just made no sense to me whatsoever. But I saw it a couple of times as well. That's the worst thing about it as a
Oh,
kid.
jeez.
But I still don't understand.
I mean, look, it looked colourful, and it kind of was. I don't want to say hard-boiled, but a bit like the tone of the newspaper strip.
Yeah.
It's just very, very. I don't know. I don't even know how to word it. It's crazy.
It was
I mean,
out
it's not-
there.
Yeah, it's colourful.
Yeah.
It's about colourful as a newspaper strip movie could be,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Which makes no sense.
Yeah. Okay. Have you seen Wanted?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen Wanted, but I don't remember much of it,
Okay.
which
So,
means I thought it was okay.
have you read the comics?
No.
Oh man, you're missing. Okay, right. You're missing some quality comics here. First of all, let me just say, read the comics and I was excited for the film because I was like, oh right, how are they going to translate this to this?
Yeah.
And you know the film was about those wacky. Oh, we're going to be curving the bullet shots. Like
Okay.
what?
Yeah.
What? When the comic, I know they got McAvoy here and he's a good actor, right? The comic is literally Eminem. That's what the character looks like.
Yeah.
Proper. They based it on Eminem.
Okay.
Okay, so villains have taken over the world essentially. There used to be heroes to fight them, but they all got brainwashed into think they're normal people.
Yeah. Okay.
So the villain society rules the world, but they do it more low key
Okay.
now, right? Because they're like, all right, we've taken over. Let's just not draw too much attention to ourselves. The heroes don't even realize we're here.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Because they all, I don't want to say they turn on each other and fight and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
it's typical Mark Miller.
Yeah. Of course.
The quality you're getting there.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's very good. That's the best way I could put it without kind of spoiling. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to say more, but when you've read it, okay. So Wesley Gibson is based on Eminem. The Fox is based on Halle Berry because he just literally looks like these people.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a character with the name F-Wit. Wait, the full name.
F-wit.
But yeah.
Okay.
Which is like the Bizarro Superman with Down syndrome.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's the quality we're going for here.
Okay. Wow. That's...
Yeah. It's over the top, right?
Yeah.
There's a character called Shithead.
Okay.
It's Mark Miller.
Of course. Yeah.
know. He's done Kick-Ass and Kingsman. You kind of know what quality film you're getting.
Yeah. He's a one-trick pony in a way.
Yeah, but I don't want to say it's more shock value stuff, but
No.
But
Unless...
yeah, it's a good quality. If you want to see read a comic about super villains, not holding the world to ransom, but doing whatever the hell they want, and then being villains, they try to turn on each other.
Yeah.
That's Wanted.
Yeah.
I'd recommend reading.
I just hope he never makes the TV. They never make a TV show of Nemesis because that's just.
Oh my goodness, Nemesis! Yeah.
Hopefully not.
That Nemesis is what the tagline is. What if Batman was the Joker?
Yeah.
But technically, it's kind of not.
No.
Not actually like that. Though Nemesis is terrorizing the analog of Jim Gordon. He's essentially Batman.
Yeah.
With all Batman's equipment and stuff like that, but he's just causing chaos like the Joker.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned, Kick-Ass.
Yep.
What did you think of that?
I liked number one until a certain point.
Okay.
Actually, no, I didn't. I liked number one.
Yeah.
Because I read the comic as well, but I read it. Did I read the comic? I read the comic first, then I watched the film. Number one's good.
Yeah.
It's super violent.
Yeah.
Some words are dropped that shouldn't be dropped.
And you're not talking swear words.
No. But...
I have to say, I really like Nicolas Cage here because he proper did play Adam West Batman.
Yeah.
My friends who were watching it with me, they didn't get it. What Nicolas Cage was doing. They were like, Nicolas Cage just being terrible. He's deliberately being terrible.
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Watch the 60s Batman show and you get exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, what did they want from him then? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. What did you think of Kick-Ass 2?
Again, this is what I meant. Yeah, I liked it until a certain point.
Well, I'd have to say, um, okay, in Kick-Ass 1, you had I want to say the strangest, but kind of the shock value of a teenage hit girl. When we talk about a 10-year-old or 11-year-old, right?
Yeah,
Just murdering people and swearing.
yeah,
But as she's grown up, like several years later,
yeah. It's not the same.
yeah, exactly, just is not as much as not necessarily draws your attention, but stands out anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of like, she's a teenager. Yeah,
Yeah,
teenagers are like that anyway. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, there's lots of questionable bits in the film as well.
Did you read the comic of part two?
I've read half of it and just gave up.
Yeah, there's a very questionable scene which they did not film for part two. They altered it.
Yeah,
Where what's the bad guy's name? I forgot.
Mother effer, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, Mother Effa.
Yeah,
He has dysfunction in his junction,
yeah,
but in the comics he didn't, and he followed through. So
yeah.
that's very, yeah. Even though you didn't see anything.
But still,
Yeah.
yeah. Because I think after that is when I was like, I don't need to read this comic no more, and I
Yeah.
stopped.
Yeah, it's like,
And then I think that was the same point in the film. Was like, I don't care for this film anymore, and then it went downhill after that. But they did get better near the end. But then the ending was a bit.
Yeah. I have to say, I did find the was it Mother Russia?
Yeah,
A bad lady fighting Hit Girl was kind of
that was pretty
entertaining.
cool. But it's funny that there's two Quicksilvers in this film.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hilarious. Yeah.
What did you think of as well, Mark Miller still Kingsman?
Straight. It's gonna sound really weird.
Yeah.
I saw the edited version of Kingsman.
The theatrical version, you mean?
No, it might have been because there were certain words that were changed,
Right.
and
Oh, hold on, you mean like a TV edit version?
I think so.
Okay.
Because you know when he meets that princess or whatever,
Yeah.
and she says something to him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna repeat.
Yeah.
Like in the version I saw, she never said that.
Okay. Oh, right. So you might have watched the version on the plane, for example.
It
'Cause
could have
usually
been.
they cut that stuff out.
Yeah,
I remember watching X-Men 3 on the plane,
yeah,
and I can't remember what Kitty Pryde's running through the walls. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. He jumps out. No, I'm the Juggernaut. Cut.
yeah,
Yeah. Actually, no. She goes. So she pauses before the wall to get him to chase her, and then calls him a dickhead or something. I
Yeah.
can't remember, right? But
Who's running?
I think she said tinhead.
yeah. No, she goes, "Who's running it, dickhead?" And he
Yeah.
goes, "Do you know who I am?" Yeah, that's
Yeah.
one,
So in the airplane cut, it was tinhead,
Yeah.
and then he goes, "Do you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut." Cut to the next scene.
Wow.
Yeah. So you might have watched an airplane cut.
Might have, yeah. It just confused me because my friend goes, "Oh, one of my friends was telling me about that bit, and he found it funny." He's like, "I don't remember that bit being in the film." Then I watched it again, and I thought, "Oh, I watched the censored version. Cool, all right."
I found it quite enjoyable. Good action. I didn't watch it when it came to cinema because I was like, oh, come on, it's Mark Miller, you know, over the top stuff. But
Yeah,
no, it's actually a good spy thriller sort of thing.
yeah.
Well, have you seen number two?
No, I haven't actually seen number 2. I've seen the end,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen all of it.
So Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle is still, if you like number one, you like number two. That kind of, they settled in more because now he's an actual spy and stuff like that. So he's got a couple of years experience underneath him. So,
Yeah.
you know, could just get the whole thing going rather than recruiting.
Yeah,
So yeah. If you like number two, if you like number one, give number two a watch.
because I know that's when you find out Colin Firth isn't actually dead.
Oh yeah, that was a bit.
Yeah,
It's like he had a death that worked in the film, but when he comes back,
it kind of yeah.
I mean, like they tried the best to make it work, and it kind of does, but it just like it devalues the big first film.
Yeah, because that's like a big moment for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then Mark Strong gets
Killed.
done instead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But,
When I
but
saw that, I was like, oh, that sucks. Why are you killing
yeah,
him
but
off?
no, 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 they just brought Colin Firth back
Yeah,
only to exchange Mark Strong dying. It's just like, what's the point? Could have
yeah,
just kept
makes
it
no
like
sense.
Colin Firth didn't come back and Mark Strong dying because that would have suited the film better. But then you just basically killing all your cast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really dumb.
Uh,
That might be. But is there a new one coming out, right?
the King's Men, yeah, the
Yeah, and
King's
it's
Men.
like the setup to the whole thing, isn't it?
What
It's
the
like a
origin
prequel, isn't it?
probably, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll
Okay.
see. We'll see how that works.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, it looks in tone with the rest of the movies though. So what
Yeah,
can you
it
say
could be
about that?
good.
Really?
Yeah, could be good.
I mean, the actions like the martial arts act. I want to say the martial arts action, but the hand-to-hand fighting action is always good in these films.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
Yeah, so the action sequences. So if it's in line with that,
Then
cool.
yeah, that'll be alright.
Okay, Bulletproof Monk. Have you seen that?
Yeah, but I can't remember it.
No, no, can I? No, can I? Really? I have seen it though, um, and we know that. Have you seen any Chow Yun-Fat films?
Of course.
Right.
They're
So
over the top.
it's hyper-violent films such as Hard Boiled and Better Tomorrow
Yeah.
and The Killer. Here, it's child-friendly. Instead of shooting people to death with bullets, I saw it's a sequence where he shoots the guns out of people's hands with bullets, and like we're just gonna shoot one shot and just shoot. It's like, yeah, okay, that's kind of
Huh?
tame. You want to get him shooting, but you don't want to have him shoot anybody. What's the point?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's the only sequence I remember. I cannot remember if there's more people and they have a gunfights later on. But just like it stuck out to me, he's on top of the car doing the spin with his long duster jacket. One shot, shoot the bullets, the guns out of people's hands. Like, all
I just
right.
remember. I don't know if it's the same film where they're on a bridge. No, I don't
Uh,
think it is this film.
I think there is a bridge involved somewhere, but I do anything specific because all I know, I tell you what,
What?
the the kung fu in it, the
Yeah.
action, proper waifu is what I remember.
Yeah, it was. I remember it looking. At the time, it looked amazing, but I think about it now, I was like, no, it probably looks terrible.
Yeah, because they do stuff when you like gravity defying, and you're like, right.
Yeah.
And in this world, I mean, look, I haven't seen it for a while, so it might still suit the world. But just when you're doing stuff, you like flips, and you know the weight distribution of your body.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to do that flip like that? Okay, but it's you know how it is when they're wearing those harnesses.
Yeah. So
They always do.
yeah.
Like the upper half is 70% of your weight. So how do you do those flips where most of the weight isn't around? You know.
Yeah, makes
But that's what
sense.
waifu is. So hey, how can you say
Yeah, who are we to, you know?
Hollywood physics? I think we
Yeah.
said that before, but Hollywood physics, so whatever.
Yeah, it always works, isn't it?
Have you seen The Old Guard?
No, what's that?
Charlie's Theron film on
Oh,
Netflix.
it came out not long ago, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't see it. Is it any good?
I watched it. It was pretty decent. Based on a comic by Greg Rucka. It's a pretty decent action film.
Yeah.
They're kind of immortal. They've been around a long time.
Yeah.
They're doing wet works missions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they've been like centuries old warriors and stuff. So you see kind of flashback to times when they were around. Way old.
Okay.
But I guess if you're having a bunch of immortals, right? Wolverine style,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you make them?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It'd be kind of dumb not to.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not a bad film overall. It's quite decent. It's a good action film. I'd say it's quite watchable for the action.
Yeah. I'll give it a
Yeah.
go. I don't know why I
Yeah.
haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. It's
So I know
not
people
bad. It's
made
not
a
bad.
big thing about it when it's coming out.
Yeah. It's not like the story's a bit. I don't want to say atypical of these sort of things.
Yeah.
But you get the bad guy's motivation, then you're like, yeah, okay, kind of, all right,
Sure.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's logically acceptable, but your execution is just the long way around.
Yeah.
But the action's good, so hey, it's what it is.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Speaking of Greg Rucka, have you seen Whiteout? Have you read Whiteout?
Never heard of either.
Okay, Whiteout is okay. What's the so essentially, I think the lady detective is in Antarctica,
Yeah,
and that's why it's called Whiteout because
that makes sense.
yeah. And there's a murder happened where she's stationed.
Yeah.
So she's got to work out who's going what, doing whether the crime, who committed the crime. But obviously, if they're all dressed in white and there's snow all over the place, and you're going on a chase, how's that work? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, the book is actually pretty good. It's done in black and white as well.
Okay.
And I say black and white because I don't even think they use grays.
Yeah.
It's black and white. Yeah. So the movie is not great. There was a scene people like, wait a minute, it's in Antarctica, right? So why is Kate Beckinsale taking a hot shower? And you don't see anything because it's that frosted glass, right? It might be in her body double, whatever. But he's like, wait a minute, how can you have a shower in the Antarctica? Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I'll have to give that a go. Who is anyone like famous in it or?
All that I remember is Kate Beckinsale's in it because she was portrayed as the lead of it. Let me just quickly Wikipedia it. The guy who plays the spirit is in it, Gabriel Mack.
Okay.
I haven't seen this film for a long time. You know Alex O'Lohan is?
Nope.
Hawaii. What's it?
Hawaii Five-O guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember bits and pieces about most of it, but it's not actually meant to be very good as a detective movie. However, I thought the comic was actually really good. So I don't know what didn't translate over. But you know how Hollywood is, they'll change stuff just to change stuff.
Yeah. It's their thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Van Damme, Time Cop.
Wait, what?
Time Cop, yeah, Time Cop's based on a comic.
Is it?
Yeah. Now, I haven't read the comic, and I guess from your surprise, you haven't read the comic, right?
No.
So we can't compare and critique. But what did you think of the actual movie? You know what? The plot is actually meant to be really similar.
Okay.
Yeah, he's working for the Time Force to change it, whatever. But that's the basic concept they took from it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I enjoyed Time Cop.
Yeah.
Watching it now, it is quite laughable, but back
See,
then, yeah, great film.
It's one of those things where the flow of time, if you go back in time and you change it, then you come back to the original where you left. The timeline has changed. But then why would you ever let all these cops go back in time to do stuff if they keep on changing the timeline and never come back to the original timeline?
Yeah, it's a oxymoron.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because say they go back in time to get the time criminal or whatever, and then they come back. They've altered something in the past. They come back and they're like, right, who's this random person that's come back in our capsule? We might not know him now because of how the timeline has changed, you know?
Yeah, it's dumb.
It doesn't make it's not clear on what it's meant to.
No, it's like one of those things. If you don't think about it, it works. But then, as soon as you have that one thought, you're like, no, this is stupid. You know what I mean? It's like that.
Yeah, if you just start changing, if you alter something that changes something else, and you can come back to your previous future, which is no longer your actual future.
Yeah.
No. And I always thought it's kind of funny how in these time travel movies where they say about the same thing cannot be in the same space, the same object cannot take up the same place at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because everything ages, even if it's micro nanoseconds, whatever. Yeah. So when you kick a guy into his future self, they're not going to merge into like that massive flesh monster.
No.
Because they're still one's older than the other person.
Yeah.
You know? Physics, come on, people.
Yeah, but
They're not the same
meant to
object,
think.
Yeah.
I know that, you know that, but
Albert Einstein knows that,
yeah,
but Hollywood physics don't know.
no. Hollywood's like, what is physics?
Yeah, exactly. All right. I don't know if you've seen it. Okay, I'm gonna give to two movies that I have not seen, but if you can tell me if you've seen them, right?
Okay.
Barbed Wire.
Yes.
Shut up.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in years, but I've seen it. I couldn't
Shut-
tell you anything that happened in it, but I've seen it.
Because Pamela Anderson.
Of course. Yeah.
No. Why did you go watch it?
No, I couldn't. When it came out, I wasn't old enough to watch it at all. But I think it came on Sky, and I watched it, and I was like,
Oh no, so
What was
you
the
watched
point
it
of
for the
it?
jokes of it then.
yeah, pretty much.
Because
No,
it's not meant to be particularly good,
no, it's quite terrible.
but is it even bad enough to be entertaining?
No,
Oh right, so
it's
just
meant to
just straight up-
be. Apparently, it's why I got told, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't see it. It's meant to be like a modern version of Casablanca,
right.
but there's nothing that makes it that. So I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Well, I haven't
stupid.
seen it, so I can't. I don't even go to
Stupid.
bother seeing it, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Someone can tell if someone's listened to this and they've seen it, let me know, because from what I remember, like, the film
Well, okay,
had no
but
point to
you're
it.
saying when you watched it, it wasn't even cheesecake enough for you to be memorable.
No,
All right.
I'll have to watch it
Alright.
again, but no, it was terrible.
What about Tank Girl?
Tank Girl, I have also seen that. Yeah,
How's that?
it doesn't age well.
Okay.
Um,
But it seems to come off to me as like the Harlequin before Harlequin, kind of.
kind of,
Yeah.
but it's weird.
Okay.
It's super weird.
Entertaining weird or just not make sense? Weird?
Not make. Well, there's a story to it, but it's. What would you class as a story?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You mean that is there? Okay, literally, is there a plot, right?
I believe there's a plot in there somewhere.
Okay. So it just makes it. It's literally a movie that's making it up as it goes along, as far as you're
Pretty
concerned.
much, yeah.
Oh, jeez. All right. Well. Okay.
And I'm looking now at the cast, and I'm like, how did some of these people agree to this film? Like Naomi Watts is in it.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, that's before she became super famous because this
Yeah.
is like 1996, right?
95, yeah. And I was gonna say Malcolm McDowell, but he's in anything, so
Yeah. Laurie Petty as well.
yeah.
As,
And she's pretty
Tank-
good as it as Tank Girl, but yeah, the stories.
Okay. Okay. Do you recommend I give it a watch for the craziness, or you're saying it's not even crazy enough to be?
No, you know what? I'll recommend watching it so you can understand what I'm trying to explain.
All right. Let me put it on the list.
I don't know. And like, I'm not well known on the comics of Tank Girl, but I'm pretty sure the film is nothing like it. They just got the name and then made a film thinking that it would be similar. I never read any of the comics or my source material.
So for all I know, this could be a very accurate comic book movie adaptation.
It could be, but I doubt it.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, have you seen Hellboy?
Of course.
1, 2, and
Hellboy 2019.
yeah.
Yes, and yes.
Okay, so I've seen 1 and 2. I think 1 had a better story than 2, but I found myself kind of more entertained by 2. I think the production values went up, the quality of the action was better,
Yep, I totally agree with you.
and Luke Goss as the Prince.
Yeah.
Because he was good. He's good at action.
Yeah, he's
And,
great.
You know, from Blade 2, where he's Jared Nomak. So
I like number one. Number one was
Yeah.
great. I like the story and everything.
Yeah.
with Samuel and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But number 2 had more of a like Blade 2 feel to it.
Yeah. Well, I think it was just like, okay, number 1, the origin's out of the way. Let's just get this going.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to spend the time on that.
Yeah. And yeah, number 2 was great. It had memorable parts to it. Like you said, Luke Gloss as the Prince was awesome. I did miss the weird banter between Hellboy and that guy from number 1. Because I actually like that guy from number 1.
Well, you know, it's got a good cast. Okay. The cast of characters is very, I want to say diverse, but you know, you got Fishman, you got Guy from Hell, you got like Selma Blair's actually a normal human.
Yeah.
Well, you know, with powers, but you know, just normal. But not everyone looks like normal human.
Yeah.
You know? So it's good. It's good in that way. What about the reboot? I have not seen that. Is that any good? Is it really as bad as what I'm getting the impression it is?
It's not as bad as you get the. It's not that bad, but it's. I don't know. It's gonna sound really weird. I was put off by the gore in it. It's not that gory, but it's like the other one was like sort of. How do I put it? A 12A sort of violence, but it wasn't offensive or anything like that.
Yeah.
But this one, like, it was. I don't know. It just seemed like.
Would you say? Would you say this kind of? Oh, because we can make it R-rated, we are going to make it R-rated.
Yeah.
Sort of movie.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's what kind of not turned me off it, but when it's done violently for the sake of being violent because we've got the rights and we can.
Yeah.
Rather than, you know, should we? And maybe we could, but we don't need to make it as over the top as we have.
Yeah. Like, the story's good in parts, but then...
Yeah,
just some of the bits just are weird. Like, there's a bit where Ian McShane, who I think is playing his dad in this...
Right.
I could be wrong. I don't actually remember. He dies. Spoilers. But anyway, he dies here. And then he comes back as someone's intestines with a face.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
right. I don't know how to respond to that. Right.
And like, what's his name? Kim. Oh, what's the dude's name?
Which guy?
Kim Da. Oh, what's his... the Korean guy?
Oh, Daniel Day Kim.
Yeah, he's good in it. But he's good in everything. But
yeah, so let me. Why I know that is because it was controversial. Because you know who Ed Shriken is? Ed Shriken? The guy who played the Transport Refueled. He was cast as this role.
Yeah.
Which is a Korean guy, like you're saying.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, this shouldn't be a white guy playing this role. So that's why I know he was cast as Ben Dynamo.
Yeah. And it's.
Yeah.
And then you kind of knew it was going to be terrible when the guy playing Hellboy David Haber came out.
Yeah.
Just slagged off the film before it came out. You're like, this is not a good sign, is it?
Oh, wait. So it's not even so bad that it's good. It's just straight up bad? Okay.
That's the only way I can say it.
All right, shrug of the shoulders.
Yeah.
So Carl's movie review of this is like,
Yeah.
shoulder shrug. All right.
Like,
Excellent.
if someone's asked you to review the film as well, I would say it was a movie. You know what I mean? There's nothing more I can really say about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen R.I.P.D. Rest in Peace Department?
Gosh. Yes, I have.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was just like, okay, it's essentially Men in Black, but Ryan Reynolds as Will Smith, and Jeff Bridges as Tommy Lee Jones. But it just seemed like it was basically a Men in Black, but not being Men in Black.
My main problem with the film is I'm pretty sure that film's only like an hour and 15 minutes long.
All right.
And it feels that.
Yeah.
Like nothing's explained and it's just over. And you're like, wait, what happened?
Well, you know what? I have to say, it's not a great film, but I was expecting worse.
Yeah,
That's probably, when you hear it, and you're like, okay, this is meant to be really terrible. Like, no, it's not actually that bad.
yeah,
It's a bit filler sometimes, where it's like they're doing stuff just to do stuff, but not a terrible film.
yeah.
I've seen worse. It's probably on the level of Green Lantern.
I don't know. Actually, yeah, you're right because this film wasn't as terrible as
Yeah.
people say. It
Well,
is.
it's just like it's there, and it's
Yeah.
all right, and it might have some kind of good ideas, and it's sort of entertaining, but it's not. The whole execution it's not the greatest.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just see how much. I'm pretty sure it's only like 75 minutes long. This film.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, what do you think of Snowpiercer?
I have not seen it because of how long it is.
Wait, the movie
Yeah.
is it really long? I never thought it was long.
Apparently, it's like it's like 3 hours long.
No, 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 no. No, it's 2 hours.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you might be looking at the TV series, which I also watched, by the way, which has like 10 episodes per season or something like that.
Oh,
But this is not. I don't know if you're having an extended cut
I don't know. Probably.
or the Zack Snyder cut of Snowpiercer.
Oh, 2 hours 6 minutes. Okay, I don't know where I got that idea from.
Yeah.
Then I have no idea. Okay, I might give it a watch then.
Yeah, you should give it a watch. Our boy Chris Evans is good in it.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised I haven't watched it because I normally watch anything he's in.
Yeah, it's kind of okay. So he just been Captain America. So this film was 2013, and he was Captain America in 2011,
Yeah.
right? And 12 because of Avengers.
Yeah,
This is kind of not a Captain America style role, but it
Yeah.
helped that he was Captain America because then it's like when you're more down in your luck, baseline human who can't get shit done.
yeah,
Just puts more stakes in it. It's similar to when we're watching Knives Out.
yeah,
And you're like, oh, yeah, upstanding Captain America would never be like this. And then,
yeah, yeah.
it's good on him. He takes roles that kind of, I don't want to say a
typecast
mirror
him.
or reflection, but definitely different from the role he's most known for.
Yeah, which is good on him. Great guy, great guy.
I kind of. So the TV series,
Hmm.
okay, there's a little bit of a sidetrack, but the TV series I'd recommend watching as well, but it's slightly different because the gimmick is it's the train
Yeah,
that runs along the tracks in the cold, whatever happened, like the climate change,
yeah,
and they provide water or whatever, like they break the ice, provide water, whatever, right? And
Yeah.
the different sections of the train
yeah,
contain different classes of people. And
Yeah.
when I say class, I don't mean like races or whatever. What I'm actually saying is the rich people all the way
Yeah.
tailed down to the poor people.
yeah,
And then the poor people at the end keep the train running,
yeah,
and the rich people at the top just just bask in their glory.
yeah. But-
So obviously, Chris Evans is like lead of not quote unquote the resistance, being the tail end people, and they're like, no, we want equal. If we're providing everything for the train, we want some of that stuff at the top there, because if we stop working, you guys ain't gonna get anything.
Yeah.
Except that the rich people at the top, they'd be like, no, we'll just go and beat you up. We'll get out. We won't do it ourselves, of course, but we've got money to provide to the train security to beat you guys up, because we don't have anything to do with you guys.
Yeah,
Like,
I need
yeah.
to watch it, man. That sounds
So they fight-
rather interesting.
But the series is similar to that, except that there's been a murder, and one of the guys at the tail end used to be a detective. So then he's brought on through the train
Yeah,
to help them solve it. In both cases, though, yeah, it's very good. Because the people at the end get treated worse than the people at the top, and then the people at the top are outraged, like, oh, how dare even one of these people come to the top or try to get whatever, right? And it's like,
Yeah.
you people are outraged, shut your mouth, right? Because all this time they're making you have the facilities you have, and you're just outraged merely because in their presence,
Yeah.
whatever. But it goes to show like how unfair the lower class and the upper
Agreed.
class can.
Okay.
I don't want to get into the more specifics of it.
Yeah, no. I don't want to be that spoiled.
Okay, but supposedly the train in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, it's an alternate. Okay, what they're saying, there's two ways you could go about it. Either it's alternate continuity of the same train,
Yeah.
or the movie train and the TV train are happening at different locations. Because
Okay.
it's world, so
Okay. What's in the same world?
well, it can't be.
Okay.
There's many trains on this track. They say about 7 different trains on the track.
Okay. That's pretty.
So they run at different times. But when something major happens,
Yeah.
like say there's a train crash or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Then how are you gonna resolve? Someone's gonna have to get off the train to go and find out, because the tracks will either break or whatever, right? Not saying
Yeah.
that this actually happened within the movies to spoil anything, but I'm just like, if there's 7 different trains running, what happens when something goes wrong, and eventually one train catches up to another train?
Yeah. Huh.
But look, Snowpiercer. I think you should watch. Very good performances in it. Yeah.
Okay. You
Okay.
sold me.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it for this episode. Would you say, or did you
Yeah.
want to? Okay. Because we'll get to a part 3. It seems.
Yeah, because there's many more.
Well, yeah, it's strange because when you look at it, you go, there are actually quite a lot of comic book based movies that aren't just Marvel DC.
Yeah, and it's insane. You're like, oh wow,
Yeah.
lots of things are just taking stuff from comics. Cool.
Yeah. So we'll see what's left for part 3 of this.
Yeah, there'll be more.
I don't know if you want to, because I tried not to in this list.
Yeah.
These two lists include manga-based ones. But if we're going to part 3, we might as well throw them in, right?
Well, yeah, but I'd say it has to be Western, like mangas that Western studios have made. You know. What I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of mangas, and you have helped narrow it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. English language adaptations, right?
Yeah, because if we do it the other way, include the other way, it's gonna be way too many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, even like foreign films, because the list just starts shooting up and up. So
Yeah.
English language just helps narrow it down.
Yeah.
And we could also, if we've read those foreign language film adaptations,
Yeah.
we can see how they work in translating certain things. Because as with everything that comes from another part of the world,
Yeah. There's stuff
Yeah,
lost in
that-
translation or changed because culture doesn't.
exactly. So we'll actually have to see how that works, and probably outright because if it's a Japanese-based manga and they have Japanese characters in it, they're not going to be Japanese-based necessarily in the English language adaptation. I say English language because it could be English. I mean,
Yeah.
it could be UK-based or American-based, or like a co-adaptation with another part of the country's world. So, fair enough. Yeah. We'll definitely get to a third list from here.
Yeah, of course we can do that. We can do it.
Okay, so that's us signing off for this episode.
Yes,
Trip
sir.
around the board. Sorry.
I said yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I am the reverse kick-ass, which is ass kick. CY Chung.
Okay.
That's what happened in Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, okay. And I am one of the 4 mutated brothers bonded by fate, Kyle Charles. That's from Toes. So yeah. Again, if you, well, hold off if you think we've missed out any, because it's part 3. We don't want to mention something really mentioned. And but if you've seen any films we have mentioned already, let us know what you think. Like Tank Girl, do any of you remember it?
Yeah,
Or Dick
or
Tracy.
even if you want to, try and describe it.
Yeah,
Film.
That's the best one. Try and describe
Yeah.
it.
Because if you're saying there's some films that like you've seen that I've seen them. We can't really describe what's going on. Like Hellboy and Tango especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're one of the people out there that liked Hellboy, good on you. Just saying, good on you. No disrespect or anything, but like, you know, good on you for finding something to like at that film.
Yeah. Fair enough.
It sounded really bad, but yeah, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. But, no.
Enough with your prejudice.
No, you know, different strokes for different folks. You know, if you like it, you like it. I'm not judging.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with liking it. Some of my best friends like it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's just not for me. But yeah. Let us know. Sound like such a dick. Yeah, so thank you all. Yeah, until next time, guys. Bye.
Bye. Okay, cool.